Now, let's understand importing data into R. So, we can import an already existing data set in a tabular form and save it as a data frame. You can see here, I have called the function read.csv. So, read.csv and within brackets, I write citrus.csv. So, what it means? I am reading the CSV file citrus.csv and storing the entire result into the citrus variable. So, I have done print. Within print, I am passing the head function, and within head function, I am passing my citrus variable, which is holding the data of the CSV file. So, you can see here that the data of the CSV file is printed with header, which is the top six records. And those 6 records are displayed on the screen. Let's talk about the tidyverse package. First of all, we have to talk about the installation and use. Installation basically means that install all the packages in the tidyverse by running install.packages and within brackets tidyverse. So installing tidyverse will have install.package and within the brackets tidyverse. Then we run library command, and in the library command we pass tidyverse. And this is to load the core tidyverse and make it available in your current R session. So mainly, first we have installed the package and then we are running the library function. You can learn more about tidyverse package at https://tidyverse.tidyverse.org. This is the official website of tidyverse package. The core tidyverse includes the packages that you are likely to use in everyday data analysis. As of tidyverse 1.3.0, the following packages are included in tidyverse. So the very first one package which is included in the tidyverse is ggplot2. So ggplot2 is a system for declaratively creating graphics based on the grammar or graphics. You provide the data, tell ggplot2 how to map variables to the aesthetics, what graphical primitives to use, and it takes care of the details. dplvari provides a grammar of data manipulation, providing a consistent set of verbs that solve the most common data manipulation challenges. Next, we have tidyr. tidyr provides a set of functions that help you get to tidy data. Tidy data is data with a consistent form. In brief, every variable goes in a column and every column is a variable. Next, we have readr package. readr provides a fast and friendly way to read rectangular data like CSV, PSV, and FWF. It is basically designed for flexibility, parse many times of data found in the wild while still clearly failing. Next, we have the pur package. Pur enhances our functional programming toolkit by providing a complete and consistent set of tools for working with functions and vectors. Once you master the basic concepts, pur allows you to replace many for loops with code that is easier to write and more expressive. Tibble. Tibble is a modern reimagining of the data frame, keeping what time has proven to be effective and throwing out what it has not done. Tibbles are data frames that are lazy and slurry. They do less and complain more, forcing you to confront problems earlier, typically leading to cleaner, more expensive code. Stringr. Stringr provides a cohesive set of functions designed to make working with strings as easy as possible. It is built on top of stringi, which uses the ICU-C library to provide fast, correct implementations of common string manipulation. And the last we have is the forcats. Forcats provide a suite of useful tools that solve common problems with factors. R uses factors to handle categorical variables that have a fixed and known set of possible values. The tidyverse also includes many other packages with more specialized usages. They are not loaded automatically with library tidyverse. Let's talk about import. As well as readr for reading flat files, the tidyverse package installs a number of other packages for reading data. For example, dbi for relational databases, Havens for SPSS, Stata, and SAS data, STTR for Web API, ReadXL for XLS and XLS sheets, Google Sheet 4 for Google Sheet via the Sheet API, Google Drive for Google Drive, RWest for web scraping, JSON tile for JSON, and XML2 for XML. So that is how you can see that there are a number of other web packages for reading the data. Wrangle. In addition to tidy and dplyr, there are 5 packages including string R and forcats which are designed to work with specific types of data. Lubridate for dates and date times, HMS for date of values, time of values, blob for storing blob binary data, dply for backend. There are also 2 packages that allow you to interface with different backends using the same dplyr. Syntax is dplyr allows you to use remote database tables by converting dplyr code into SQL. dtplyr provides a data table backend by automatically translating to the equivalent but usually much faster data table code. Program. In addition to POR, which provides very consistent and natural methods for iterating on R objects, there are 2 additional tidyverse packages that help with general programming challenges. Magritte provides the pipe, which is % greater than %, used throughout the tidyverse. It also provides a number of more specialized piping operators like %, $%, and % not equal to % that can be useful in some places. Glue provides an alternative to paste that makes it easier to combine data and string. Model. Modeling with the tidyverse uses the collection of tidy model packages which largely replace the model R package used in R4Ds. These packages provide a comprehensive foundation for creating and using models of all. Get help. If you are using for R help, reporting a bug or requesting a new feature, you are more likely to succeed if you include a good reproducible example, which is precisely what the reprex package is meant for. $sign in R to access a variable in the R dataset, use the $sign. The dollar operator can be used to select a variable or a column. You can see the syntax is data frame, dollar, and the column name. On the next line, you can see the example. Print sales data, dollar code, which means for the sales data frame, I am pulling the column code. And code is my column where I might be having employee code or student code. Let's have a look of this program code and understand better. You can see over here that the data frame has a column C1, which is equal to having a value A, B, C. I have a column C2, which is having a value 1, 2, 3, and a column C3, which is having a value 0.1, 0.2, and 0.3. So this data frame is stored in the variable df. And now, if you see that if I apply if I want to extract column 1, what will I do? I will write df dollar column 1. You can see on the right hand side that what I have done. Now, how can I add a new column to data frame? You can see over here, dollar operator is useful to add a new column to the existing data frame. You can use a vector to add the data to data frame. The length of the vector should be the same as the number of rows in the data frame. So you can see the output that in the output column 1, 2, and 3 were there and column 4 is also added, which is the new column which I have added. Now, let's have a look at how to delete a column. You can say that if I want to delete a column, which means I just want to remove a column from my table, I can just write null to delete the column. The drawback of this method is that you cannot delete multiple columns at the same time. Just have a look of the code. I write df dollar column 4 equal to null, which means my column 4 has been equated to null, which means df dollar column 4 is declared as a null column, no values. And now I write df and press enter. So I see there are 3 columns, column 1, column 2, and column 3, and then I can see the values. So you can see the column 4 has been removed, which was earlier there when we added a new column. So here you can see that the column 4 is missing again. So that is how we can delete a column by just equating the column name with null. Let's talk about some basic operations with a data frame. So now we all know that the first operation is creating a data frame, which is very simple. I will write df equal to data.frame and within brackets the field names. So you can see name, language, age. In the next line, you can see that I am reading a CSV file where I pass filename.csv and filename.csv is passed as a parameter and the entire Excel file is created as a data frame in the form of rows and columns. So I can create very easily. Now, how to access rows and columns? So to access rows and columns, I can do it very easily. I'll write df and then within the square brackets, I'll give the row numbers followed by the column numbers. So you can see over here, df is my data frame object. var1 is the rows of the data frame. var2 is the columns of the data frame. And you can see var1 and var2 can be array of values such as 1:2 or 2:3. So if I say 1:2, it means first and the second row. And if I say 2:3, it means second and the third column. So I can even have a subset of data frame very easily by just specifying the row numbers and the column numbers. Let's have a look of row selection. So here you can have a look of the data frame and you see there are 3 columns: name, language and age. Your name is Amya, Raj and Ashish. Language is R, Python and Java, and age is 22, 25 and 45. I am printing df, which means I am printing my output. You can see the output in the right hand side where the 3 records are printed. I'll write print. Within brackets, I'll call the function, which I'll call my object, which is df. And within square brackets, I've given the rows, which is 1:2. These are my first 2 rows, comma, and the column names I have not written because I want all the columns. So when after comma I'm not giving the or specifying the column names, it means it will pull all the columns from my data frame. I have specified 1 and 2. So this 1 and 2 will access the first and the second row. So you can see in the output that the first row corresponds to Amya and the second row corresponds to Raj. Now let's have a look and see how columns are selected. So creating a data frame, you can say data.frame and within brackets I write name, language and age, and then I print df. So you can see I've printed df and in the df I get Amya, Raj and the third one, which is Ashish. Now I want to select just one column or 2 columns. What will I do? Very simple. I will write print. Within brackets I'll write df and within square brackets I have not specified the rows. I'm just putting a comma. Please pay attention that I have not specified the rows means all the rows will be selected, comma 1:2, which means the first column and the second column. So you can see the output in red color. The first column is name and the second column is language and age has been suppressed. So you can see we have accessed the first column and the second column and we have ignored the third column. Let's see what are filter conditions. A subset of data frame can also be created based on certain conditions with the help of the syntax. So you can see df is my original data frame and condition is what? These are the certain conditions which I have applied. So let's have a look of the example. In the example, we are selecting the subset of the data frame where name is equal to Amya or age is greater than 30. So there are 2 conditions. Either or of the condition is satisfied. The result comes into the output, which is the new df. So let's have a look of the output. First we have name, language, age, where Amya, Raj and Ashish are my original data. And now when we have selected on the basis of the basis of age greater than 30 and name equals to Amya, you can see we have got the first record as output, which is Amya R22, and the third record as output Ashish Java 45, because there the age is greater than 30, though the name is not Amya. Let's talk about editing data frames. Editing data frames means that on a particular location, some data exists and I want to change that data with some other value. So the first thing for editing data frame is that I need to have a complete knowledge of the content of the database, that what is the data. So editing data frame by direct assignment, that is 3, accessing the top level component. So here age in this case is 3:3, 3 by 3, which means third row, third column. So I'm accessing that cell address and I'm directly writing df 3 by 3 equals to 30, which means I'm talking about the age of Ashish in this case. It will be equal to 30. Let's have a look of this example and understand how can I add rows and columns to the data frame. Adding extra rows, we can add extra rows using the command rbind. So basically rbind is a command which stands for row bind. I can add rows into existing database with the help of row bind command. And the syntax is like new df equals to rbind and within brackets I pass the data frame, comma, the entries for the new rows you want to have. So basically data frame and the entry for the new row. So df is what? This is my original data frame and then entry for the new rows.